So take a second, get out your entanglement. Let me get you to like, share to other groups, subscribe. And listen to the podcast. I might tell you something you didn't know about your baby mama.
They already know. They just don't want to admit it, that's all.
Well, okay. Well, I might tell you something that you know about your baby mama that you want to admit.
Renegade.
The hottest song out right now. 26,000 on Spotify.
Do that shit, my nigga.
Come on.
CP3 back at the bar radio, getting turned up, baby. Grilling and chilling, sipping and having some fun. Who knows what's in store for today? Stay tuned, people. It's about to go down.
Beware of CP3. He's trying to put his meat in your girl's mouth.
Hey, man, once you get it in your mouth, baby, you're never going to be the same. Your life will be changed forever. Trust me. Love the way this joint flow, man. This joint flow, love you.
You know what? Because I'm in a good mood. I'm about to get y'all.
We know why you in a good mood. We've been drinking already. At the bar radio in full effect.
But I'm about to give you, we're about to do a little block of Renegade. So, new Renegade, niggas.
Peep it. New Renegade.
Come on. Okay.
new video. Make sure you check it out. Instagram, YouTube, Renegade 703, baby.
Shout out to Akuza Clothing Line. Shout out to my homie Brian. Always thanks for tuning in and supporting at the bar. I think for that next video, we're going to have to get Renegade in some Akuza Clothing Line. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. Eric Akuza in the house. Appreciate it. We'll be doing some talking this week. They got some things going on.
You know what? My man Brian wanted us to run this back again. So we're going to run this back right out of the end.
You know, if you're going to do that, I'm going to try to bring it up on my joint so I can do it at the same time.
Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Coming to you live shortly. Listen to Renegade. Know who it be.
See, we had to run it back. We had to request to run it back.
Now,
I always do this, but you know, when I have enough alcohol in me, I do have nice moments. Shout out to Wine and White Hennessy. What up, Gene? What? Come on. W-E. Chokehold.
Change, even
What?
That's that shit right there.
I'm kind of biased because he's related to me, but the song rocks.
That shit hot, B. The video love and track nice. I'm definitely gonna be banging out on Sports on the Hill podcast tomorrow night on our music break.
So, let me just tell you some quick stuff that 5 people don't even really know. Renegade edited that video.
Oh shit.
He also edited the other video, Oh Yeah.
It's a talented young brother, man. It's a talented young brother.
And he also engineers his own music.
Man, you gotta get him on here, but he doing so much shit, can't never get him on here.
I mean, we have him on here, but he's like, now I got a schedule time. Man, I'm the manager and fan.
Hey, man, that's how it be, man. That's how it be. But he doing good stuff, though. That's what it's all about. He being productive. He's using his time wisely. He's still grinding, getting his money, and doing things to help him try to get money down the road. That's what it's all about.
Definitely. So, you want to talk hip-hop or you want to do sports first?
Let's go ahead. We're going to try to get the sports out the way this time. We always start and we get derailed somehow talking about some crazy, old story or something that he tries to incriminate me on the air with all these allegations and such. I don't understand it, but that's, I guess that's where we are right now, man. But
does anybody know a pregnant woman? That's all I got to say.
I plead the fifth. All right, let's get into some DC sports. We're going to definitely go deeper into it tomorrow night on Sports on the Hill podcast, starting at 7 o'clock as always. We streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. You can check us out just like you're checking us out right now. And then we'll have it up the following day on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and what's that other one? Anchor. Yeah, Anchor.
Yes.
That's the beautiful thing about this. We on multiple platforms. Make sure you check us out. But if you've been following DC sports, I know a lot of you probably do. It's been a kind of a disappointing week for DC teams, especially the Capitals. I know it's not a lot of hockey fans, so I'm going to breeze through this real quick. But unfortunately, the Capitals went down 0-3 today, losing to the New York Islanders 2-1 in overtime.
New York's in the house.
Yeah, no doubt. This is kind of well, let me go real quick before I give my synopsis real quick. Game 1 was an unfortunate 4-2 loss for the Capitals. They had a 2-1 lead going into the third. Didn't come out prepared. The Islanders did, and they put it on them. They didn't play a full 60-minute game. Islanders took advantage, but also the Capitals lost Nicky Backstrom on a questionable hit from Anders Lee on the Islanders. He didn't get a game misconduct, but Backstrom sustained a concussion, which put him out of the game, which put the team in a bad spot because you have 4 centers. You had their third center was out on paternity leave and was just getting cleared for quarantine and didn't have enough hours in order to make the game. So they had to go with 2 centers instead of 4 in the third period. And the Islanders just warmed down and took them out, unfortunately. Game 2, I thought would be a turnaround. They would be able to rebound. It looked good from the start. They were up 2-1. No, they were up 1-0, and then the Islanders just exploded in the second period. Once again, the Caps didn't play a full 60 minutes, and the Islanders under Barry Trotz, the Capitals' old coach, they took them to the Stanley Cup. Is basically putting on a clinic against his replacement, Todd Reardon, in D.C. And as I mentioned earlier, they lost today 2-1, down 0-3 with, I'm not sure what the next game is, but we'll break that down tomorrow. But it's not looking good for the Caps. I predicted at the beginning of the season that they would win the Cup this year. Nobody expected COVID. Nobody expected the situation. That definitely changed the complexion. I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Everybody had to deal with the same situation, but it's not looking good for the Capitals. And you know what? The hell with the Islanders, man.
You know what the Caps need, though?
What's that?
A shot of Hennessy White.
Well, I think we done drunk all the bottle we got, so they got to bring their own if they coming over, dog, because I know the way they feeling. They probably need some drinks right now going down 0-3. And it's just,
wash them tears away.
I mean,
because I'm going to tell you, as a New Yorker, we you know what tastes better than Hennessy White? The tears of fallen victims.
Hey, right now the Capitals definitely are a victim of the Islanders because they outplaying them. I mean, it's a close series, but the Islanders are taking advantage when the Capitals make mistakes, and unfortunately they've been making a lot. They've had injury issues. Carlson was just coming back for the series. Backstrom's out, Eller hadn't been with the team because his wife had just had a baby. He was on paternity leave. So no making excuses.
So he just let a little thing like childbirth stop him from playing.
It's ironic you said that because Boston. So you get me more into more hockey. Boston goalie Tuukka Rask played in the first round robin, but his wife was pregnant, and now he's opted out for the rest of the playoffs. So now fans are going in on him, calling him soft and all this and that because he wants to be around his kids and doesn't want to infect them, and he's opting out for the rest of the playoffs. So it's ironic you say that because some fans are pissed that he's actually trying to be safe and take care of his family.
So let me get this straight. Some couch potato ass people,
pretty much.
some people that are sitting on the couch are mad because a person wants to opt out because he has a newborn baby.
Yep. You gotta love it, baby. You gotta love it.
So all those people that feel that way, this is what y'all can do. Start your car up. Start it up. Rev it up. Make it go, run for about a good 20, 30 minutes. And then go to the back of your car. Get down on your knees. Open your mouth and suck on your muffler.
This is good. See,
what the hell is wrong with you? Like that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard.
Bruh, the fans are going crazy. Some of these fans,
you're an idiot.
And plus they're Boston fans, so some of the Boston. I'm not gonna say they all are, but some of the Boston fans are have a little racist bone. Oh, they have some racist bones in them too.
I mean, shout out to Boston, the only city in America that where it's still cool to be a racist.
I mean, they blatant with it when they had the Joe Ward incident when he played for the Capitals when he won the Game 7 up there. There was all types of N-bombs and everything dropped, and it was a big deal. The NHL made a statement about it. So Boston is a passionate. I'll say passionate, with air quotes, just so we can be politically correct about their sports teams, and they're not afraid to say it. Robbie actually had an interaction with a Boston fan about that post, and her response was "pussy."
Oh man, that was her response.
She called him a pussy because he opted out.
No, she probably was smelling hers and she wasn't. She was saying what stank.
She want to know what that WAP is, I guess. She want to know what that what.
And it wasn't wet; it was weak ass pussy.
Oh shit. I want to see who's going to make that song. I want to know who's going to make that song. I will pay to see somebody make that, do a parody video of weak ass pussy. Because a lot of females going to be upset because they're going to qualify for whatever the song is. They're going to be doing a checklist.
No, y'all qualify for the original meaning of rap.
They're going to have a checklist like, do I got weak ass pussy?
Yes. Yes, you do.
See, this is how we get sidetracked. I don't know how we got from hockey into talking about only segues we can do on this show, boy. I tell you, let's get into some baseball. I'm not really gonna talk any NBA. I don't even think the NBA roundtable is gonna do anything tomorrow. Wizards pretty much out of it. They won.
Already?
They won one. Well, they shouldn't have been in it in the first place, but because they let almost every team into the so-called playoff bubble, they made it. They won, I think, 1 game out of 4. And
though you gotta admire the Wizards because these niggas are consistently bad for the last 20-something years. Like every year,
bro, it's been longer than that, man.
If y'all sniff a playoff game, y'all would get worse.
Well, they had some success in the early 2000s, and I mean early 2010 when they had Hamilton and I can't even remember. I stopped
watching.
First of all,
you saw.
I mean, they had a little success.
You said Hamilton and like dog, like you about to breathe or something. Like you about to throw up.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Like dog, for real, I'm a Knicks fan. Just accept the.
Yeah.
At some point in your life, you just gotta accept defeat. Like.
Yeah. Well, I stopped following basketball. And one of the reasons why I stopped following the Wizards when they made that Richard Hamilton for Jerry Stackhouse trade. I was done. I couldn't do it no more. Like, that's the stupidest trade in the world that they did.
Just imagine your childhood. This is why I don't wear Jordans. And Michael Jordan every year takes the rings and y'all pockets. Yeah. He takes y'all championships and sends y'all home with a smile on his face.
But those are some epic series though. I remember watching them.
Nigga, it's not epic. It's epic as why? Because he won every last one.
Well, I mean, I was a Jordan fan, so I was enjoying seeing him do what he do.
Matter of fact, if I could, I would bomb the Jordan warehouse to this day. That's how I feel personally.
He got insurance that wouldn't hurt him. That'd just make him more money. But like I said, I think they might talk a little basketball tomorrow. I think they said we was going to skip over. Who knows? But tune in tomorrow night. Talk about a little bit of baseball. Nats are sitting at 8-11 in the bottom of the NL East. they've had some injury issues. Sterling Castro broke his wrist. He's out. Strasburg, he had some carpal tunnel situation with his pitching hand that he just went on the injured list 2 days ago. And they've been inconsistent. The pitching has been questionable at best. If you watch Sports on the Hill, you heard me talk about Patrick Corbin being pretty much the only consistent pitcher they had. Well, last night he wasn't. And I'll just go a quick breakdown the last week. We'll cover it more in depth on Sports on the Hill podcast on Monday night. Me, Robbie, Brian, and Arun in the 8 o'clock hour. But right now they played the Mets 4 games. It was a split 2-2. Mets 1-2, Nats 1-2. First game, Nats won 16-4. Corbin was on the mound, put him at 2-0. He won 6 innings, giving up 1 earned run, 4 Ks. Game 2 was a 2-1 victory by the Nats. Mad Max was on the mound. That put him at 1-1. He went 6 innings, giving up 1 earned run with 7 strikeouts. Game 3, the Mets won 11-6. Sanchez took the loss. He's been looking very bad. He looked like he did at the beginning of the last season before he went on the injury list and got his self together and turned into the pitcher that helped the Nats win the World Series. But he's 0-3. He only lasted 2 2/3, giving up 6 hits, 5 earned runs with 2 strikeouts. And then the last game of the series was an 8-2 loss. I believe this is the game that Strasburg went in and only lasted, I believe, an inning in the third. I think he only lasted 2/3 an inning because of the carpal tunnel issue. And Volf took the loss, 0-2. He gave up 4 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs with 2 strikeouts. Last page. So I got to write notes messing with you, man. I can't do stuff off the top of the head when you got White Hennessy involved. Then after that split series with the Mets, they faced up against the Orioles, who are playing some pretty good baseball right now. We've been clowning the Orioles for the last 15, 20 years about not being able to do anything in this COVID situation with a 60-game schedule. They playing some good ball. I don't know their record or anything, but they've been beating the Nats' ass when they played the Nats. But luckily, the Nats were able to get a split, won 2 out of 4. First game was a 6-2 loss. This was a makeup game from the suspended game that got ranked out a couple of weeks ago when they played. They were already down like 5-1, ended up losing 6-2. Strasburg took the loss when he originally started the game. That put him at 0-1. He went 4 1/3, giving up 7 hits on 5 earned runs. Game 2 was a 15-3 win by the Nats. Eric Fetty came in, pitched 5 1/3, giving up 2 hits, no earned runs with 3 walks. He's 1-1. Game 3 was a 7-3 loss. Corbin, that was last night, took the loss. He's now 2-1. He went 5 innings, giving up 8 hits with 5 earned runs. And today, with Mad Max taking the mound, he went a strong 7, giving up 5 earned runs with 10 strikeouts. But he's now 2-1. And Daniel Hudson earned his 4th save of the season, going to inning, giving up 2 and throwing 2 strikeouts, no runs. And the Nats win, and now sitting at 8-11, but still in the bottom of the NL East trying to climb out. But 8-11 is not too bad. You're only 3 games out of 5.
My prediction is the Nats will move back to Toronto and become the Expos, the Montreal Expos again, and get free health care.
Well, they're not letting any American teams come across the border, man. Toronto can't even go home. So they can't even do nothing.
That's why they're going to go back.
That's where all the hockey players at right now.
Free health care, man.
Hey.
The millionaires need free health care because obviously they don't know how to play sports. Hey, damn, you got carpal tunnel.
Hey, man.
You got no doctors that can help that nigga out?
Hey, that's why you're the injury list. When you're a pitcher. So that's one thing I don't do with the pitchers. How many pitches they throw through a whole season from spring training, because they're the first ones reporting spring training. Then you have your warm-up sessions. Then you actually throw in the game, and you got to think about foul balls. And sometimes they pitch count officially is like 110, but they don't count the foul balls sometimes. I don't think they count the foul balls. That's like another 120. That's each time you go out. And then during the week you're throwing. Like, those dudes are some athletes, man.
You sound real.
I'm in my sports mode, man.
You in sports mode.
Bro, we got 4 sports going on at one time. Well, almost going on at one time.
You sound real happy about
that. Bro, that 4-month law with no sports, bro, was hurt, man. That shit was hurtful.
Is it the white Henny or is it just the sports event?
It's a mix of both, brother. The Henny mixed with my Uncle Gene's punch. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you're down in the 757. You know Gene, you know about that punch. And that joint dude got a punch too, because we ain't here feeling nice.
I know. Are you gonna make it home on time today, or are you gonna go?
I'm going straight home, bro. It's time,
straight home?
situations have changed drastically in my outside life, so there would be no detours, there would be no stops. It would be straight point A to point B, and lock the door and hope no more craziness happens till tomorrow morning.
But if you're young and single, you ready to mingle, look for a Cadillac and get your own way back.
And depending on how much more of this Hennessy we go. At least we ain't got no more white Hennessy, so we should be good. We should be good. We shouldn't have any issues with me getting home.
That's my only bottle of liquor?
I know that's not your only bottle of liquor, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I'm still drinking on what I got right now. We're going to keep it at that. You're not getting me inebriated where I start losing track of 2, 3, 4 hours and don't know how I got home.
You know, y'all gonna stop blaming shit on me, dog. I am not the cause.
You are the common denominator.
I am not the cause of random ass amnesia.
You are the common denominator in all these situations. Your house. You and your house, motherfucker. When we leave, shit just happens that we lose track of a couple of hours. It's like a force of nature, motherfucker. I don't know.
Damn. You know, if I had feelings, they would be hurt.
How many half gallons you got in there?
I ain't got nothing to do. Now come next week. We'll be loading back up.
Exactly. That's because they gone. They probably finished them last night. He just trying to re-up. Told you. I knew
That's
it.
why the Hennessy got open. Because I was like, the Hennessy was break. It was break this seal in case of emergency.
Hey, man. Well,
it was an emergency. So
hell to the emergency.
You know, all the liquor stores was closed. I had to break the seal. It's not my fault. Tell the liquor stores to be 24 hours. We'd be good. I could have Ubered there and back.
Hey, man, I always did hate that Sunday no liquor sale shit. I like,
so,
we can sell beer but no liquor, really? What's the difference?
The amount of alcohol.
But it's still alcohol, so you're going to say, okay, you can have some alcohol, but we're not going to have all alcohol.
You can have 8.9% alcohol, and we're not going to say that 40%.
I'm just saying, though. If you're going to do, well, yeah, I mean, I get it.
I mean, if they sold it on Sundays, like, nigga, you never make it home.
They used to sell liquor on Sunday.
They do. They sell out here.
Hey, I miss that. I miss being able to roll up at the liquor store, you know.
The funny thing is they closed Maryland, but then they opened VA.
Yeah, so just coming across, I just don't like coming across that bridge. You know, I get over
That's
here.
why.
And when the sun go down, I get out of town, bro. I don't play around, man. I done had too many bad instances with Northern Virginia Police Department. Me fitting the description of a suspect.
I mean, have you looked in the mirror?
I'm just saying, when it's
you look like a suspect.
When they say he's between 5'5" and 6'3", I'm like, okay, anybody can fit that. How do I look like the suspect?
Carol. CP3.
That's profiling, and that's wrong.
Yeah, CP3. If I was a cop, I would profile you.
See,
and I'm black.
That's you the thing.
You look like the criminal element.
We all have a past, man. I told you we're trying to move past that. Why we gotta bring up old stuff?
Yeah, but that criminal past is like your present.
No, it's not my present.
You look like you took the kid's lunch money before you got here.
We needed burgers, dog.
See?
We needed burgers. I was a little short. Times are rough right now. We got to do what we had to do.
All right. Any more sports?
I can go into some football real quick. Nothing too much to talk about.
The Washington football team.
That's right. The Washington football team
has not decided on a new name yet.
Oh no, that's what like I said. That's going to be next year before all that handled through court and everything. But if you've been reading the internet or anything, you know that Alex Smith, who had that horrific leg injury last year, the year before last, has been cleared to physically play football again. He's been running around, and I will still stay on the record of saying this. I say he will never play another down in the NFL, not because of the physical aspect, but the mental aspect. If he can go out there and still play quarterback with linebackers going at his legs and him being able to keep his eyes downfield and not worry about getting hurt again, he is the bravest, most courageous man I've ever known. Because even Joe Theismann said after he had a similar injury that ended his career, it wasn't the physical aspect, it was the mental aspect that he couldn't keep his eyes downfield when the rush came because he was afraid of getting hit like that again.
I mean, that's where they play at. Weed is legal now in some states. So,
weed ain't gonna fix a broken leg, bro.
They will calm you the fuck down. Like, let me get this thing.
And that injury was horrible. I'm glad I was at the game and didn't see it, because I can still see the Joe Theismann hit from when I was 7 years old. I have a fucking photographic memory, and that shit stays in my head. I can still hear him scream, bro.
Did you cry?
Bro, at that time, nah. You was in shock. Because you just saw when LT started waving like, man, get the stretcher. When you saw the opponent that laid the hit on him waving like that, you knew something was wrong.
You know what I did when that happened?
What you do, an Indian dance?
I laughed. I laughed like a super villain. That shit made my day.
You
I
know,
was happy as fuck.
You know what? See, you got the rest. I'm about to grab a steel chair. You got the wrestling bells. I'm about to grab a steel chair over here real quick. Talk about you was he was happy. That's bad. But in other news, we talked about the Darius Guy situation. I believe last week or the week before, whenever it happened. Also, linebacker Reuben Foster has been looking very good. He's coming back from 2 years of fluke injuries. I believe one was an Achilles and another was an ACL. He's definitely an X factor with this defense. If he can come in and stay healthy and play to the potential that he was showing in San Francisco, he's still young. I believe he's only 26, 27. He's a physical specimen. The dude is sick, and even his players that play beside him are saying the same thing, that if he can stay healthy, he'll be a game changer for this defense, and I believe that's going to be the strength of this team.
But that's a big if, though. I mean,
it's definitely a
they
big
got
if.
bad feet. I mean, is the nickname Foots?
Nah, it ain't Foots, man.
Is he from PG?
I'm not sure if he's lower. See, I don't follow college, and he's been here for 2 years, but he's been injured both years, so I haven't really looked into him since he's been on the team. Because he had a rocket.
Because I heard stories about a dude named Foot from PG.
It's always one of them dudes, man. Just trouble, man. Just trouble. All he did was listen to UGK and watch the Mac. Those are life-changing things, man. Those things can change your life, man, for real.
For real?
No doubt, bro.
UGK and watching the Mac?
Yes, that could change, man. That could change your life, man.
No wonder he has an abandoned relationship.
But we're getting off topic here. We're talking football. We're not talking Mackin right now.
That's a sport.
Oh, it definitely is. I'm losing bad right now. But that's another story for another day. Like I said, Reuben Foster, he's looking good. This defense is going to be the X factor, especially with no preseason. That's going to hurt the offense even more with a new offense coming in and not having a chance to go against an opposing team, throwing different defenses at you that you're not seeing every day when you're not really, when you're practicing, you're still not, getting real in-game reps to see what you would do and react to different situations. So it's going to be interesting for the whole league to see how that is going to affect the offenses and how things are going to start out the first few weeks of the season. And Ron Rivera, to wrap up, he had a inspirational talk with the fellas on Thursday, just for everything going on with the, I forgot to mention, the minority owners of the Redskins who have 40% ownership of the team are trying to muscle out Daniel Snyder, who has 60% of the team, trying to force him to sell. Now this has an ironic twist because remember when we spoke about all the allegations that were supposed to come out that I couldn't really speak about? One of them was about the Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, Daniel Snyder supposed triangle, and they were trying to link him to they were trying to link Snyder to sex trafficking, trying to get him.
Well, I mean, you gotta land something like Snyder. It sounds like he probably.
I mean, but yeah, I can't. It smelled too funny the way it was supposed to be leaked because the owner of the Washington Post, Jeff Bezos, wants to be an NFL owner, so they are the ones that broke the story. So it's just kind of ironic that it falls like that, but they had to step back because there was no link to that, and some folks are trying to use that to force him out, but come to find out, one of the minority owners is the person that leaked the information. So now Daniel Snyder's suing them for defamation of character. So point blank, they're not going to be able to force him out. He has 60% of the ownership. Unless the league forces him to, if they find him at fault for the situation that went down, which the investigation revealed that they didn't. So it's really much null and void, but we have a little power struggle going on in owners' box. But other than that, that's pretty much the wrap up. You can check us out tomorrow night starting at 7 o'clock for the rest of your DC Sports. DC Sports are the politics. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do, baby.
Cool. So, let's talk about everybody's favorite rainbow hair rapper.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me about this story.
Tekashi Fruit Roller.
I didn't even know he was out.
Yeah, so basically, he went to Nipsey Hussle. He went to Nipsey Hussle's memorial on the anniversary of Nipsey Hussle passing. I'm sorry, on his birthday. I believe it was
Birthday.
His birthday. And, he did the whole, I gotta kneel down, and he said, in the game, and another rapper from the West Coast, had said that, shout out to my aunt Denise, basically they felt very, disrespected because Nipsey would have never dealt with that dude.
Yeah.
Especially, given his crime history of being a rapper.
Pretty much just letting it all go.
The crazy thing about it is, his defense was, well, I didn't disrespect Nipsey. I went there and I paid my respects to him. The thing about it is like this: when you pay your respects, you don't gotta do it on camera.
First of all.
So, if you making it an Instagram moment, you're not paying respect. Like, you doing it because you a troll and you clout chasing. Second of all, like, you just know, like, when certain people don't bang with you. That dude want to bang with you. You even before the whole snitching allegation, you was a clown to him, and he wouldn't have banged with you. So, paying your respects, you could have simply went there with no cameras, no nothing, and went out there. But you want the attention, you want the negativity, and then when it comes to you, you cry victim. Daniel Hernandez, you cry victim, like, and then if somebody does something to you, you back in court with the rainbow. Well, you don't got the rainbow hair, and you got a suit, and you got some cheese, and then you start doing your mousing up again.
I really don't have too much to say about this dude. I didn't know who he was until he got locked up. Y'all know I don't listen to most of this so-called rap, which I can't even call it that. But yeah, everything is for the gram. Everything is for social media, trying to get likes, trying to get, as you say, clout. I mean, it's the generation. It's what goes on now. Back in the day, it's just a funny time, bro, because we did stuff to do it because it just needed to be done. They're doing it because it needs to be photographed and put on social media. We're just not the same. We're just not built the same, and we're not going to understand it, because if we did, then that means we'll be like them, and then it wouldn't be no big deal.
That's true. I mean, we're talking about like real. If you have real action, they don't need to be photographed.
No doubt.
If you doing it because you generally show love, then you don't have to make. But if you're an internet troll and you want that. The thing about it is, like, this dude was loved by a lot of people. I mean, he has disrespected Snoop Dogg, who was who had love for Nipsey. He's disrespected YG, who had love for Nipsey. He's disrespected The Game, who had love. Like, dog, these people had love for this dude. Like, you can't go to my memorial and be like, I really respect you, and then you disrespect all the people in my camp.
I just hope we don't see Game out in the street, because Game.
I kind of hope he does.
You know how Game go. Game gonna smack him. He does. Game gonna smack him. Hopefully with just his hand.
I think that's, but it's like, I think it's one of those situations where, like, the problem with this is like, this kid keeps getting off with no real consequences, and I'm sorry to say this, but when he hits one of these real loud consequences, it's gonna be his life, because he's used to getting scot-free. He's used to getting off. He's used to getting passes. He's used to not paying the piper for all the stuff that he does, and when it finally catches up to, it's going to be detrimental, because it's clearly he didn't learn from his situation, like being locked up. Like, he got home. I told him COVID, and in your videos you the ringleader, but as soon as no, I was a victim. Mm-hmm. In your videos you got the rags, you got this, you got all the gang affiliation. But then, on the stand... Oh,
it was just an act.
On the stand, what do you do? I didn't know, Your Honor. Charlie B's part of the 9 trade. Jim Jones, I mean, come on, man. Man, he wasn't in with your case.
That's the thing, man. They won't talk about it.
I bet that nigga got some whack.
Man. I'm not touching that one. All I know is these folks want to live the lifestyle, but when the shit hit the fan... Are you man enough to stand up for the consequences of the stuff that you talked about that you do, or you portray that you do? And that's when it gets real funny, because when it's time, there's nothing you can do. You can't fake when it's real. And to see how some folks just fold like a wet paper bag, and some folks rise to it, then you know who's really real. It's unfortunate that you got to do these things because folks want to play the game. Like, you tell them, we tell them all the time, you ain't got to fake for nothing. You ain't gotta lie. Just tell us what's what.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna make us look at you. I mean, we might look at you differently, but who gives a fuck? If you know who you are, you secure you are. You shouldn't give a fuck about whatever motherfuckers think anyway. That's the way I feel. So
my man Cool Intention said, "Nah, it's not whack. It's sack. Snitching ass."
Oh shit. New song, new track coming out. Snitching ass pussy.
Yo, get an instrumental and get Renegade on the remix.
Dropping soon. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even know who that dude was, man. It's who they call rappers nowadays. It's such, to me, it's a disrespect to the word, man.
Well, I mean, dog, it's entertainers and rappers. He's an entertainer. He ain't a rapper.
Yeah, I give it. I say artist instead of entertainer.
He's not an artist.
He's not. That's too much of a compliment.
You know, taking way too much credit. That's why you do sports and I do hip-hop.
Exactly. If you said artist was too much of a compliment.
You know, shit. You know, that's a lot. That's a lot. You asking a lot right there. So.
Oh shit! What else going on in the entertainment world, man?
I mean, that's about it. I think WXL just dropped their new freshman cover of a whole bunch of motherfuckers I don't know. Actually, that dude. Actually, no, I take that back. There's a white kid on there named Jack Hollow. Yo, I saw him. He was brought to Funkmaster Flex joint where he freestyle, and he's an animal.
Oh yeah.
His name Jack Hollow, vicious. And the rest of the motherfuckers, I don't know who the fuck they are. But Jack Hollow, I know.
Oh man.
I mean, yo, I think we running out of creative rap names too.
I mean, how long has the rap game been going on? You really not too many more original names you can come up with. Maybe that's why you got folks using hashtags and everybody is young this and Lil that. Cause
they ain't even that. oh, Lil Wayne. I know some of you Lil Wayne fans are going to be happy. Lil Wayne said he's going to make the Carter 6. My question is why?
The burnt out series.
The burnt out edition.
It's going to be the hottest thing out in 2020, and we know how 2020 went.
It's going to be the worst thing to hit 2020 since Corona. So see this, okay. So here's the cover of the Double XL joint. There's Polo G, there's Cowboy, there's Now Chopper, the fuck, Little Key, Shaka, Little Trey, Baby Cream, Jack Hollow, who I mentioned.
Hold on. Baby Cream. I hope that's a female.
Yo, it just says it's a nigga bias. So I don't know.
Baby. I got questions.
There's a chick called Mulatto. That's funny because we had conversations about Mulatto.
Yeah.
Shout out to Logic for retiring because that album still fucking sucks. 5 foreign, like, yo, dog, if you just get in the game, you saying you 5 foreign. The only thing that you probably got 5 foreign is that you probably talk like 5 different languages, or you know, like 5 cuss words in different languages.
You got the 5 different foreign noodle packs. You know, got the he got
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
He got the ramen. He got the Thai bag.
He got all of
that nigga shop at when he shop at now Whole Foods, but you know the grocery stores with no names.
Yeah.
That's the supermarket that all they got foreign shit in there.
Yeah.
They ain't got no name on the outside.
I got a couple of in my hood.
Yo, what the fuck is their names?
Man, what the? I ain't been
there. It's the foreign store. That's all you call that shit.
Yeah.
The foreign grocery store.
Jumbo. I go
Jumbo,
to Jumbo. Yeah, Jumbo.
Sambo. I don't fucking know.
Hey, shout out to Jumbo. They do got some good prices on some nice cuts of meat out there. I gotta say, I did get some steaks.
24 golden. So those are the half these niggas you will not know next year.
I'm saying these names alone, if they came up in our generation of rap, they would get fried just off of their names. Folks would come for them.
Yeah, you know. I'm a bully. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody's like, hold up, you want an XXL cover? I'm about to go in on you.
So, I'm sorry. Did I say the Carter 5? I meant the Carter 6.
Does it really make it? Don't they all pretty
much
sound the same?
They all sound terrible. Well, not all of them. Everything.
I ain't gonna say terrible. Some of them were. I mean, they were decent.
Okay, 1, 2, was decent.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think I went past 3. I don't think.
I think 3 was okay.
Yeah, I don't think I went past 3.
And anything after 3 was, it's like being constipated and sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, I think I heard 4, but I didn't buy it. It got to the point where I stopped, even buying it from the bootleg, man.
But it's also, the funny thing is he said he's coming out with a couple of mixtapes. And then, usually Lil Wayne mixtapes are actually better than his albums, but even his mixtapes have been sucking.
Wow.
$2 Horsepower.
Yeah, I still listen to old Jada Kiss mixtape joints, man. Well, excuse me, that dude can spit, man. That's one of the best lyricists out there.
So the funny joint is, salute to my man Nas. My man Nas did this joint a song called Ultra Black, and then he violated Doja Cat in it.
Who was Doja?
Doja Cat is a chick. She just got popping, right? She's been around for a minute, but then she did a song I think with like Beyonce, and it was popping. But then it came out that in her past, because she's half black and half something else, she was in chat rooms with white people, and they would just downgrade black people.
Oh, I think I remember that story.
And then she even made a song, like coming at black people. And it's really crazy. I mean, it's sad because it's self-hate. But even so what she did was she made like an Instagram video with the song playing in the background, and then she was like, "Oh, it's so a shame because he fruit salads or something." This. I mean, lyrically, there's nothing she could do against Nas. I mean, that's like if Rain Ma came for her, you just take the ass whooping and be like, "What can I do?" Because people have really, it really hurt her movement because it came up right when she was getting like to the level of fame that people was mentioning. The fact that she had a song with Beyonce in it,
that's huge right there.
Was huge.
Yeah.
And then all that information come out. So that just goes to show you, like, all you up and coming rappers, like, I know y'all be sipping lean and smoking and smoking embalming fluid and sucking on mufflers and all types of shit that y'all do when y'all are bored. Like, and then y'all go on social media and then y'all say dumb shit. And then just when you start to get the level of success, that shit comes back. And you think, well, I deleted the tweet. Nigga, somebody screenshotted that. And they're waiting. They're patiently waiting for the next 5 years for your career to take off. Like, look at Kevin Hart. Look at
that Kevin Hart shit was crazy. I still remember that. That was some bullshit to me. Y'all bringing up. I mean, let's talk about that a little bit. How are you going to get offended at something from 10, 15 years ago?
I mean, it was the crazy thing.
And he's a comedian. That's what they do.
But once again, and I bring stuff like this up. When you say, okay, what he said was offensive from 10 or 15 years ago, nigga, I've been walking around fucking Alexandria for 20-something years with Confederate statues and Confederate schools.
Bullshit.
And y'all ain't think that shit was offensive?
Yeah.
Like in 2020, y'all like, oh my God. Yo, for real, why do we even celebrate Columbus Day? He was a rapist. Why do we celebrate Washington's Day? He owned slaves. Like, why is Thomas Jefferson on something? He had a full... He was dipping in chocolate. Like, if he should be on anything, he should be on fucking ice cream because he was a dipper.
Man. It's all white. It's all right because it's all white, man.
That nigga had a whole family that was black.
Hey, man, there's some Jeffersons running around here with some, mixed blood up in them. So, I mean, that's just the hypocrisy of this country, man. It's just crazy how people can select to what to be outraged about and how they can skew their perspective to not include the people that they so-called admire or the forefathers of this country or whatever. It's crazy.
But like I said, no one cares when black people get offended. Shit. Black people get offended. It's like, y'all should get over it. It's been 500 years and you still ain't got fucking justice.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Speaking of justice, I guess we need to go into this segue.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go on then.
You were talking about the young boy earlier.
Yeah, Cannon. I forgot his last name. No disrespect.
Mason Cannon.
No.
No, I thought that was his name. No, I'm not joking.
No, it starts with an H. I can't even. I think it start. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I don't want to mess it up. Okay. But everyone on the internet, well, not everyone, most of the right and some folks on the left that are manipulated by the shock of stories. A 5-year-old was killed in North Carolina by his neighbor, a young African American male who had some prior drug history and drug arrest. to the story. I've seen a couple of conflicting reports, so I'm not really going to go into detail. I'm still doing some more research into some of the stuff that's come to my attention. I haven't been able to verify it, so I'm not going to speak on it. But there are some questions about the situation. I've been hearing some things are, determined by ballistics, and some things are still up in the air. So point blank, it's about there are folks that are outraged because the mainstream media aren't covering his death like they did George Floyd and Breonna Taylor with the BLM movement.
So let's talk. Let's stop you right there. And
Let's go ahead and talk about
okay. Are the cops that killed Breonna Taylor been arrested?
Nope.
So you can't compare that because it's the person that killed this young kid in jail.
Already found him the next day.
Okay. So how was that the same?
It's not the same, but folks are trying to politicize it.
I mean, does apples taste like oranges to you?
Hey, in some of these folks' minds, it does. They fool themselves into making links, because that's the thing we were talking about before. There are so many conspiracy theories and so many off-right, off-left sites now that you can hear any type of conspiracy, and these folks nowadays are so easy to want to jump on something to believe it because they see it on the internet, or they see it on Facebook, or they see it on Twitter without doing research, and they start believing it just because of the rhetoric and other people believing it. It's like, oh, this must be true. And it's just an avalanche of stupidity and ignorance going on right now.
So let's get this straight, because I'm going to tell you like this. One, my heart goes out to the family of this young boy.
No doubt, that's tragic.
Who was needlessly killed. But also my heart goes out to Sandra Bland. My heart goes out to Freddie Gray. My heart goes out to Tamir Rice. My heart goes out to George Floyd. My heart goes out to Breonna Taylor.
And the list goes on.
I mean, should I stop or can I go? Because I can make a whole show just who my heart goes out to.
No doubt.
And the guy, whether he's black, green, or orange,
he's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. He killed a 5-year-old kid. Whatever the circumstance was his father fighting for drugs or was he crazy? Whatever, it don't matter. He should be locked up. Throw away the key. We done with him.
Yeah, he's going to get justice. His family is getting justice. They say when they're in an interview, they feel like
But don't compare it to a cop that stood 9 minutes on a black man's neck.
I mean,
don't compare it to a black man being pulled out of his car and the look of fear is on his face.
No doubt.
Don't compare it to Eric Garner. Don't compare it to Oscar Grant.
Sick.
Because those situations are different.
No
because
doubt.
at least you got justice.
Yeah. He's in jail. He's not going anywhere. He's going to get prosecuted to the fullest extent, no matter what the circumstance.
And we can't have that for these people.
Yeah, and it's still right there, but it's not happening. And it's another incident happened where a young man got shot 9 times in his backyard, but he had a cell phone in his hand. And I'm still about to start researching that. It came across something on TV in a passing show or something, and I'm gonna look into that too. I mean, it's just crazy how the so-called All Lives Matter and all of these folks politicized, like when illegal immigration was the thing. How many times did we see asshatting chief trotting some white family up there because some illegal immigrant killed their daughter, but yet and still you got Brock Turner raping women behind dumpsters and only getting 6 months for rape because of the potential of his ruining his life because he was about to be a college graduate and do great things. And just like this situation for Cannon, they're politicizing it to push their agenda. Plus, it's an election season, so at some point who is going to tweet about it or going to talk about it because it's a racial issue. And it trips me out that folks always ask me, why do you always make it about race? Because it ain't about height, motherfucker.
Because it is. What else is about when you black? Like, you know what the thing about it is you ask that question because you've never been 1/4 of a man. You never been where you ain't had a right to vote. You ain't never been that. You ain't never been. Your history, your last name is your last name. My last name.
Who knows?
I don't know who the fuck named that.
They might have flipped the coin.
I might have been named after the fucking Liberty Bell. I don't fucking know.
It's funny because of my past and my present. I've been on both sides of it when it comes to with the police. where I've been harassed, I've been profiled, I've been taken for a ride.
I mean, you look like a criminal. No,
I mean, that doesn't mean I am one just because I look like one. You can't judge a book by its cover, my brother.
You look like you've done criminal activity.
I mean, allegedly some things had happened when I might have been in the vicinity, but there was nothing to link me to it.
Female.
Huh? man, why we gotta always go over my past stuff that might, man? You made me forget my point, man.
I'm sorry.
I got shit. You made me have to start not remembering shit around you, man.
But you do look like a criminal.
I'm just saying. Oh, I was talking about being on both sides.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I've been harassed, and I've dealt with prejudiced cops, racist cops, black, white, Asian.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some run-ins with the police just for various reasons. But also, my mother was a civilian officer, well, not an officer, but a civilian that worked for the police department for 15 years. So I've sat and ate dinner across from some of these police officers and talked to them. And one of the classic things my mom used to say is, if you get pulled over, don't give them a reason. Most of them are a bunch of stupid motherfuckers with guns. And that pretty much sums it up, because how would you expect to be a police officer? You get 6 months of training, but to be a lawyer it takes 8 years. To be a doctor it takes 8 years. You're supposed to learn how to do a police job in 6 months, and most of them are discharged out of the military or did something that they weren't supposed to do, and that's why they're settling for the police force. So it's just saying all of that. I'm just saying that you can't blanketly judge a group of people or a group of employees off of the bad apples, because the hypocrisy of it is that's the reason why we're having these protests, because we don't want us all to be looked at as the worst case scenario, be a perceived threat at any given point. So you're doing exactly the same thing you're supposed to be protesting against. So take a step back and think about why you're saying what you're saying and what does it really mean, and not just repeating some stuff that you've seen on social media and you want to get likes because you want to take a picture with your fist in the air with a Black Lives Matter t-shirt on.
That's true. See, just to let you know, the only reason you're up here is to make me look less like a criminal.
Well, shit, we fucked. We both going down.
You make me look less threatening.
Oh, in that case, yeah.
Know, you look like you look like you hurt people in your past life.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Anybody in PG County? PG County, there's a calling number 240 324.
Y'all better not call in that.
If this nigga's ever taking your lunch money, your girl, or your car,
look,
maybe even your apartment.
You can be found. You better stay quiet.
It will be anonymous. I will not tell them your name.
I got a PI on retain. All I need is a tape, man. It's on YouTube. All I gotta do is run it back. Hear some background noises, baby. It's on. I watch a lot of movies, man. I do a lot of studying, man. I watch Discovery ID every day.
That says a lot about your character.
Hey, man, that's why. Hey, you gotta.
Any guy that watches Discovery ID and watches Dexter, he's planning on murdering somebody.
You never know what might happen.
Or he's planning, or he's already did it.
Nah, I'm just.
He said 151. You gotta watch Dexter. It's a real good show.
No, Dexter is that shit, man. If you ain't never watched Dexter,
and he's like, he's a serial killer, but he's doing it in a good way. And
that's the best way. That's the best way to put it. He's killing bad people for good reasons, man.
So we gotta talk about this before we talk about the
what's that?
Assad in chief. So more charges have been brought to R. Kelly about witness intimidation.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Something that you probably doing the regular.
Never intimidated. Now I might have made a phone call or something, but I ain't really intimidate nobody.
Has R. Kelly reached out to you to intimidate people?
Nah, man. I would be in a better financial situation right now.
Do you still play I Believe I Can Fly?
Nah. That was my joint though.
Would you still play it?
Nah. I think there's only one song that I would have to play. What's the name of that?
Step in the Name of Love.
Hell nah. That joint was nice, but that ain't my favorite. What's the I can't sleep. That was my joint, man.
You can't sleep?
Yeah.
Why? Because you really can't fucking sleep?
Yeah, you fucking right. That shit hit home. That shit hit home, dog. We don't sleep around this motherfucker. We just drink and think of ideas for shows and shit.
So, so they are supposedly charges against him trying to against the people who made the documentary Surviving R. Kelly.
Wow.
So they said it was witness intimidation. He was trying to intimidate them.
I mean, but I thought he was broke. So what is he? What he just saying? I'm gonna break your legs and hurt?
I mean, don't get it twisted. Just because he got cornrows and he's saying he's still from Chicago.
Woo!
He get a high note to shoot you at the same time. I mean, you know, Chicago is where thugs go when they really want to be thugs.
Yeah, they
like,
proving points out there. Like, I'm real about this, son.
Like, the police are thugs in Chicago. Like, what the fuck? Like,
They'll rob you and shit. Give me your shit, nigga. What you got? Weed? Give me that shit. I'm going on lunch right now.
That's why Jesse Smollett thing was so fucked up, because it was like, nah, dog, the police are thugs.
Why we
if
even
you said
got...
the police put a rope on your neck, it'd be different.
Yeah, I mean, we had a great show about that when that happened. I remember we had a ball talking about
We
that.
had a ball.
Because we
knew
as a black man, once I heard, it was too many things that just felt, okay, you got assaulted by two white guys in Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning on the way to a subway, and they had a MAGA hat and just happened to have a noose, my nigga.
So let's get this straight. First of all,
a noose, my nigga.
First of all, when the last time you going to Subway
at 2 o'clock in the morning? I don't get up craving a sub, my nigga.
If you just said pizza bolios, I could have been like, okay. Nigga, if you're a vegan and you go on the Subway at 2 o'clock in the morning, your vegan power should have detected niggas was fine.
Oh, he a V? Hold on, he a V?
Nah,
I was about to say, oh, you could have ate some lettuce and some tree bark, he'd have been straight. You could have avoided the whole situation, went out back, got some grass and shit, been good to go.
Oh, yeah. Clearly just broadcasting CPD at the same time.
Hey, they saw the pictures of the grill. Wasn't no tofu burgers on there. It wasn't no turkey burgers on there.
Yeah, I got 3 words for you. Well, 4 words.
What's that?
First word is wine.
White Hennessy. That's the inside thing. If y'all come through on Sunday Fun Day, you can be a part of the inside jokes too.
Exactly.
Come on, pull up. We got the grill going. The grill's still hot right now, matter of fact. So if y'all pull up, we can still throw some shit on there. It's just what we do, man. Having fun, talking real shit, trying to educate you and elevate you and get you to a different mind span, give you a different perspective. Because
some of y'all some dumb fucks.
I was gonna say most of you could use a different perspective in your life, but to surmise, yeah, pretty much what he said. But it's just a crazy time, man, with fake news and all this. Let's talk about the mainstream media real quick. We ain't talking about the mainstream.
We ain't
talking
about them in a while.
Yeah, let's talk about the mainstream media and how full of shit they are, and how now you can turn on any channel and get any opinionated news. Don't you miss objective reporting? Don't you miss when they just told you the story and the facts and that was it? Don't give their fucking opinion because nobody gives a damn.
You know what I miss?
What's that?
People who drank out of cups and not the bottles.
Hey, we all had them days, man. You look around, you're like, it's a cup right there, but do I really feel like getting up to go get it? Fuck it, let me go ahead and take this motherfucker to the head. Take it to the head. Take it to the head.
Because I don't want to be blamed for stuff when people do certain shit.
Hey, man, I plead the 5th.
I plead the 6th. But, I honestly...
Gotta go back and look at my education again. I don't even know.
I'm just saying, I just think like this. Like, I don't even watch mainstream news anymore because it's so saturated with bullshit.
No doubt.
And what people get away with. And it's amazing.
Oh.
And non-factual stuff. And, you know, basically the news has become like being a weatherman. You just guess on shit. Well, I think these people robbed these people. But if not...
But it's not even guessing. It's just the fact that they allow their opinion and their beliefs to curb their point of view to the viewers. And that's the thing that's I feel is so prominent now, is that folks feel because they feel a certain way or they think a certain way, that that's the way it's supposed to be. And then they want to try to beat you down and convince you that so-called their way is the right way. But you have to remember, it's an opinion. It's like an asshole. Everybody has one, and most of them are full of shit. Think about that. So you can feel a certain way about something to be passionate, but that doesn't mean you're right.
Exactly. Shout out to my goddaughter, Tanisha Watson.
My bad. I didn't mean for that analogy.
She's grown.
Okay, all right, bet.
Give my baby turtle a kiss for me. I love my little turtle. He bad as shit.
Terrible twos.
Just terrible.
Damn. With an E or a U. Is he terrible or is he terrible?
Terrible.
Nigga terrible with the 2 R's.
Yeah. But I love him to death. But you know.
Oh, no doubt. With my bad, cut it short real quick. My bad. Happy birthday to. Their birthday was what's today? Sunday was Friday. to my nephew JT turned 10 and my great niece Ryan who turned 5. Gave y'all a shout out on social media. I ain't get a chance to get down there and see y'all this weekend, but I'll be down this weekend. I know y'all ain't looking at it, but I figured I gave you a shout out.
Oh, and shout out to Nicole. It was her birthday yesterday.
Oh, hey, Nicole. Oh, yeah. I want some of that pineapple upside down cake, bro. Yeah, you gotta have
the next time we come down there,
pineapple upside down cake.
She actually went to the escape room.
What's that?
A room you got to escape from.
That's every day of our life, man. We don't go to pay for that. That's just riding down the street on the Beltway. We got to escape getting pulled over, getting some type of crazy shit happening in the DMV. We don't need that excitement in our life. Just riding down the street is enough excitement for us.
Definitely. And shout out to Eric Kuzma. They, saw us watching. We give our condolences. I know, Saad, you've been going through a lot at the Bar Radio, Sports on the Hill. We always keep doing in our prayers.
No doubt, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, he said his father's funeral is tomorrow, so prayers for him and his family. And, I'll be checking on you, be hitting you up, like I said, Wednesday. Probably be heading down that way, sit down and talk some business. And, just sit back and kick it like we do, man. Peace and love to you, brother.
Definitely. So let's talk about, is Donald Trump trying to fuck up the postal system to stop mail-in ballots right now?
I mean,
because it's looking kind of suspicious, like he is.
I mean, it's a combination because I saw there's a picture on social media floating around of seeing a whole bunch of mailboxes, like taken down in the storage yard, just piled up, and they're trying to say that that's Donald Trump. I saw a post that a postal worker said that was a facility that had already been done before any of this stuff had been going down. They were refurbishing mailboxes, and that was just a surplus that they had left over or whatever. So, but that was just to make a point of some of the BS that's out there to try to, fuel this thing. To me, I mean, when he knows he's an egomaniac and he's an idiot, but he hates to lose. And he thought he was going to be cool with the COVID thing and pushing the election back. But my thing is, you're saying it's safe for kids to go to school, but you're saying it's not safe for folks to go make a vote. So you're saying kids are less likely who lick their hands and sneeze in your face to give somebody COVID than grown adults standing in line to go vote.
The walking parasites of Earth.
It never fails. Somebody always calls during the show. I was waiting for it. We was waiting for it. Well, we got a Skype call.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
This is
This is
unscripted.
at the Bar Radio, yes.
They got a lot.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Well, I agree with that young man sitting there to your left.
Oh, yeah, about which part?
Hello?
We hear you.
How you doing, nephew?
I'm doing all right. I'm trying to figure out who this is.
Well, I'm trying to call in to agree with that young man sitting over there to your right.
I think I know. Is this D? Is this my sister D?
No.
I'm trying to figure out who this is. Somebody always messing with me online.
This is Kingy's aunt from Florida.
Oh, what's going on, Arnisi?
I'm about to say, you got me. I'm like, hold on. I'm trying. Do I know somebody? All right, cool. They talking
What's
about you.
going on, Arnisi?
Had me hurting.
Not much. Listening to your show.
Telling people to call in and
Not
shit.
To the TV. Clicked on it and just stuck there.
Had me scared.
I tell you like this, Arnisi. One, I always appreciate because you're one. No matter what time my show comes on, you will always support it, and I love it. When we was coming on at 1:30 in the morning, my Aunt Nisi was there watching the show.
Can we take a pause for my heart to stop, man? I thought somebody called it from my past, man. You had me scared over here, man. See, don't man, let me do all that shit. I was like, oh shit, am I about to get caught up on air?
Oh man. But I love you, Aunt Nisi, and I'm glad you're always supporting me.
Yeah, you know I gotta support my boy, honey.
I love you to death. Your support means the world, and also, Yolanda supports me as well, and Denny supports me as well too. So I love it. The one thing I can say is I don't really harp about you know, not having family support, because my family actually does support me.
Well, you know, hey, as long as you're doing something good, shit, you gotta support them.
Amen. Amen.
So you have to support them, make sure it goes trickle on down. Maybe everybody else will start doing something good. And you're a good comedian. You always make me laugh.
Was alcohol always involved?
No, I was too young. I
just had to ask. I had to ask. I mean, 151 is your name for a reason. I was trying to get some background into it. Maybe it was a young name. Maybe you got it in your early teens. You know.
No.
Maybe like with me, I was drinking at the age of 2. So we know why I am. I was just trying to get some background on you, my brother.
Well, my aunt's mother, mommy, Miss Fisher, used to give us a sip of Budweiser every now and then.
Hey,
and we
king
thought
of beers, baby.
We thought it was making us grown. Nah, it just made us go to sleep.
Go ahead and take a little sip right there. Hey, man, nothing like it, baby. Nothing like it, man. The good old days, the 70s and early 80s, man. Never gonna be another time like it, man.
Hell yeah, there's never been no time like that.
Get away with all types of shit you can't do now, especially the 90s.
But what are your thoughts on Niecy, on the whole situation about the like mailboxes being moved and stuff like? Do you think is it possible or something that the
No, that wasn't Donald Trump at all. They had that in the plan to cutting the budget because nobody used the mailbox. And I live in Florida and I haven't seen a mailbox.
How you since you seen the payphone, I guess.
So we put our mail out there in the box and put the flag up.
Oh boy!
They come pick it up.
Wow.
That's true.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a crazy time because his base and his followers, they are loyal to a fault, and you know they're going to mail in, but then you got some of them that's complaining about the mail in, and like I say, how are you going to say it's safe to go to school, but it's not safe to go vote?
But here's the thing too is that
there you go. My friend is Jack Feeling, and I have a son that passed away for over 7 years now, and do you know they still sending him a mail in ballot after I told them that he had passed away.
Wow.
He still gets mail.
Wow.
Voter administrator, voters ID talking about you want to mail in. I'm like, what? And I told the people at the office that he had passed away. So that means they're not cleaning up their road at all.
Well, we always talked about how bad this infrastructure is in this government and it is for this country. And because of the person that's in office, it hasn't been addressed. He still doesn't have heads for some of the departments that he should have heads for. And that's 3 years into his first term, hopefully his only term.
But you know what? I've seen people on social media go to clubs. I've seen people go to barbecues and stuff like that. There should be no problem with them going to vote.
Exactly.
Because if
well,
you...
that's right, because they called me. I said, my voting place is not even less than a block. And then they try to get me to say, oh, well, you know, the coronavirus, I go to the grocery store every week with a mask on.
Exactly.
I can go up there with a mask on, and it's never crowded anyway.
It ain't. I mean, because I'm a physically go out to vote. I mean, I don't trust my mail-in ballot at this point.
But I saw a post where you can take it somewhere.
Mail every day. I have to send it back out. Put it in my mailbox and put the flag and say, this is not your address.
You know, at my mom's house, they mailed somebody. They literally mailed the wrong somebody to her address for like 10 years, as of us saying this person does not live here, and he still continued to mail it.
I know I got mail all over the place.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you can go to Walmart, why can't you go vote?
Yeah, I don't understand that logic.
I don't go to Walmart, but I do go to the store.
Smart lady. That Walmart, boy, that's a crazy place to be.
It's like going to the club.
Oh, most definitely. But yeah, you can also get shot. So, boy, that's just like you say, like the club.
We had a shooting down here at this Walmart.
Oh, damn, I was just joking.
His girlfriend went home and killed himself, and he just happened to be my guy that trimmed my trees and pulled my weeds.
What?
Oh, no. So I can't hire nobody else off the street. Yeah.
Your hiring skills have been revoked on this.
Yeah, you need to get an HR department. I'm sorry. We need to err on the side of caution.
You gotta have them call in. We gotta interview them on air.
Yeah, we can hear the killer in their voice.
Like
well, they just shot up San Antonio, Texas.
Rip. Wow, I haven't checked my phone for any breaking news yet.
Yeah, that came across. Well, yeah, I was on the phone.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's been a while since we had a mass shooting.
Texas. I said, oh Lord.
That's the one thing the COVID has prevented. Mass shootings, because ain't nobody been out.
Yeah.
Except for the fool last week that killed the kid at the block party. I heard a rumor that they're trying to charge the person that put the block party together.
Wow. Why don't they charge the person who shot?
Well, I think I think they're still looking for him, aren't they?
Yeah. So they trying to make somebody the scapegoat, and that's crazy. But and also the person who actually threw the black party is black too. That's why they want to charge him.
Yeah. Like I say, it's all right if it's all white.
Yeah.
Well, this time they don't need to be having no damn block party with all them damn guns flying around.
They shouldn't have had the block party, no way. But it was an event to uplift people, and the people who shot it up were just demoralized humans.
And probably for something stupid that didn't make any sense. And we wanted to piggyback on what we said last week when we, went in a little bit on the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Until we start caring about our own lives and our own people's lives, they aren't going to care. So when these folks are doing these dumb things, it's crazy. I saw a video online where I don't know if it was here, but two dudes were having a verbal altercation in the parking lot, and they're talking. Dude walking up on him. He goes, steps off to the side, pulls out a gun and shoots dude in the head. Boom, right there, broad daylight, over probably something stupid, and walks off like it's nothing. Like he just tied his shoes and like it was nothing. But you want to ride out and riot and loot when a white cop kills a black person, but when Leroy killed Ray Ray, and you know what it is no snitching. It's we're not going to tell the cops, we're going to handle ourselves. So then it's another black man dead, another family affected, and possibly another man going to jail because he had to decide to make a stupid choice. But you want to, talk about the Confederate flag. You want to talk about the white man holding you down. Bullshit. It starts at home. It starts in the community. It starts with you stepping up and saying something and cut this bullshit rhetoric out that they got with this no snitching bullshit. Unless you going to take the nigga out yourself, tell the motherfucker. I'm tired of this shit.
I really do.
Thank you.
I like you. I like that other guy that, God bless him, so he kind of remind me of him. He spoke like that.
He was mentored by him.
Yeah, GOP was my mentor. He's like a brother to me too. So yeah, I miss him. We was talking about him when we was throwing food on the grill early, because we know we'll be sitting here cracking jokes and throwing food on the grill before the show. That's just what we used to do. He was like a brother to both of us.
Yeah, you got a really good head on your shoulders, young man.
I appreciate it.
I agree. I say that all the time. What you speak it on, I speak on myself to whoever listens.
That's the problem. Most of them don't want to listen. They think they know every damn thing.
No. And I also feel, they're talking about tearing down all these, what you call the monuments.
Yeah, the statues and everything. Yeah.
You tear them down, how are we going to teach our young people what happened, and this is what they did?
Thank you.
You can't erase the past.
I had a heated debate the other day with my boy for an hour talking about this, because I was like, okay, you tear the statues down, what does that accomplish? My resolution is, just like we have the African American Museum, put it down south where their heritage and stuff, put the stuff in the museum. And because then if you tear down history, you're also disregarding the black folks who had a role in the Civil War. And then the families that are proud about the roles that they played. Exactly. And because folks want to get emotional, and his argument was, well, nobody wants to see those statues. I don't want to see those statues being a reminder of oppression. Like, you're not going to see them if it's in Alabama in the museum that you're not going to go visit. So what difference do it make?
I mean, the truth about the matter is like this. Like I said, I grew up with statues like that in Alexandria, and it was schools named Robert E. Lee and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just that, give us a fair shake.
No doubt.
Because why is it that schools that Martin Luther King School and Malcolm X School is only in the hood?
And that's where they want to keep him. They don't want to.
But we can put Robert E. Lee
all over the place
in the suburbs. You know, less urban areas. We can put it in the white areas, and let's give us a fair shake. You know, let's have a white dude valedictorian for Malcolm X High.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Let's do it though. Let's just make it a reality though, because
Another scenario, why all the Martin Luther Kings that I've seen down here is the gateway to the black side of town.
Yeah.
Now, why can't we have Martin Luther King Boulevard right dig down the boulevard where all the rich stores are at?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, DC. When I lived in DC, there was a Martin Luther King.
And you don't want to go over there at night.
Yeah. It was a Martin Luther King. It was a Martin Luther King elementary school, and then as I used to walk to the subway station, I would see the mice running in front of it. It wasn't kept up to. If I walk down the street to Patrick Henry and Alexandria, you ain't seeing no mice run out there.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if I walk to a Robert E. Lee High School, you're not seeing anything bad out there. You seeing they got the freshest computers, their grounds is upkeep and everything.
That's the psychological game in it. That's the part that
We
most
gotta
folks.
stop. You know, we gotta stop saying, let's take statues down. Let's move our high schools out of into better communities. So what happens when the next president of the United States comes from Malcolm X High?
But let's piggyback off of that and take that to another level that I've been saying for a while now. We have these rich and powerful celebrities, entertainers, athletes, all this and that, that's supposed to be pro-black and got the Black Lives Matter t-shirts on and doing the posts with the hashtag and everything. Why aren't they